Hi, in this video we are going to study expressions for participating in a debate as we talk about a controversial topic related to art. To begin, let me ask you this question. What type of artists do you think participate in the creation of a video game? All right, think about the answer for a moment. Yes, and let's continue. Read the following text, please. Let's read it together. Can video games be considered art? In the field of art, there has been an ongoing debate, means a continuous debate. Since architecture, dance, sculpture, music, painting, literature, and cinema are considered the 7 fine arts, all right, those are the 7 fine arts. There has been controversy about what other disciplines could be included in this classification. All right. Some works that involve the participation of countless artists, such as video games, should classify as art. That is stating a position already. Good. Video games require the skill and artistry of writers, character designers, illustrators, animators, musicians, among others, to an extent even more demanding than that of the most elaborated painting or musical piece. Wow, this is strong. To an extent means to a degree even more demanding. All right, that's what they say. However, due to the entertainment nature of video games, many would quickly dismiss them. So they would dismiss video games. They'll say, no, let's not even talk about video games, and not even stop to consider if they are art or not. Wow, that is a very strong position. Let me see that you understood some basic content in this passage, right? Or in this position, let's say. What are the 7 fine arts? Right? I need to read them. Architecture, dance, sculpture, music, painting, literature, and cinema. All right? Good. Why would a video game not be considered as art? Why? Because of its entertainment nature. It is more for entertainment, not for appreciation, let's say, as another piece of art. All right. Topics like this are usually the topics that people choose for organizing debates. A debate is a discussion that is very organized, in which one person or one team defends one argument, one position with arguments, and an opposing team or contestant or participant will defend the opposing view about that topic, the topic that is being debated or discussed. All right. To participate in a debate, there is some organization that needs to be taken into account. And when it's your time to speak, you will have to address what the other person has said and contribute your own arguments or present your own arguments. All right? So when you want to connect with the other person and introduce yours, you may have to make a transition, let's say, between their ideas and yours. And here I have some sample expressions that you can use to present your point. All right. One of them is, I like to point out that, means I want to say that, I want to focus on this. All right. We could say, it is thought that, means that many people think that. We're using the passive voice here. It is thought that, instead of just saying, I think, you say, it is thought that by many other people. All right. It is generally accepted that, so many people accept this, and you present this as a fact, not as something that is only your opinion, all right? Or you could go with a universal truth, like everybody knows that, so you're like telling them, you cannot deny this, that everybody knows is true, right? Or you can quote somebody and say, according to this person, all right? So when you are not in agreement, but you disagree, when you want to express disagreement in a debate, you will want to address what they say, and you could say, for example, excuse me, that's different. That's different means that is something that you are trying to argue, but actually it is not the way you say it. That's different. Or you could say, however, it's like continuing with the idea that they have, and you complete their idea by saying, however, and then you include your opposing argument. Or you could say, that's not entirely true. That means that it may be true, but not completely, all right? You can say, I'm sorry to disagree with you, but, okay, or I'm afraid I have to disagree with you. Or, I'm not sure about that. Or, yes, but don't you think that, and then you present your argument. Or, that's not the same thing at all. Like you're trying to support something, but no, you're using something that doesn't go with the line of argumentation that we're having here. All right? Now, I know that it is very hard in this format, in this video activity, for you to complete some participation in an actual debate, but I would like to invite you to think of part of a debate, but in a more in a format that is closer to you. So we're gonna do it as a debate between two people, not with all the organization that a formal debate has, but a participation in a conversation in which two people are are presenting opposing arguments, and in that way you will have a chance to include some of these expressions that I just showed you. All right? So the activity that I have for you is write a conversation between two young people like you who argue about whether video games should be considered art or not. Of course, one of the people, or one of the two participants, will defend that video games are art, and the other one that they are not. So you can choose one boy, one girl, and have just a little part of a conversation. It's just some excerpt of their conversation. All right? So think about what each person would say. That is a very good exercise for debates, actually. You always think about what the other person might say to defend their position, and then knowing what they might say, you can work on your own arguments. So this is very good. All right? So I'm going to give you a moment. Please pause my video, complete the activity, and I'll show you some sample answer in a moment. Go ahead, pause my video, complete the activity, please. All right, thank you. Thank you for having written your conversation. And here I have some sample answer. All right. And these students that are participating here are David and Sonia. David starts. Nobody in their right mind would say that. That's very strong. He's starting strong. Nobody in their right mind means that nobody who is sane in their mind would say that video games are art. That is a categorical denial of video games being art. That's very strong. Nothing could compare to the great works of traditional artists. All right, he's denying, he's opposing accepting video games as art. Sonia says, I am sorry to disagree with you, but modern and digital art have no less value than that of old works. All right, she's stating her position. Good. David says, that's different. Both are well made, but you should never put them into the same category. Art should have a personal vision on life, and a video game is scripted by people hired to do their part. David, you have a point there. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm being a judge here. But actually, what is important here is that he's using the expressions that I have shown you here. But I like his argumentation. Let's see what Sonia says. I admit it's a scripted job. She's so good. She's so good, you know what? Because she puts herself in the position of the other person and then she introduces her own argument. I admit it's a scripted job, but don't you see that a video game is a group of many artists making one colossal masterpiece? Wow. Many artists, the sum of the work of all of them will make a colossal masterpiece. I like that word, colossal. Gigantic masterpiece. All right, the conversation ends there. I wish I could see the rest of it, but I am sure that you have something as good as that. Or if not, you may be inspired to have strong arguments like these two here, this is a very, very good example, and these are very good debaters. All right. So thank you for having read that with me and for having been excited as I was reading this. Let's now pause for pronunciation practice. All right. Let's listen to the pronunciation as I pause my video and you pronounce after them. All right. Go ahead. Listen and practice your pronunciation, please.
Nobody in their right mind would say that video games are art. Nothing could compare to the great works of traditional artists.
I'm sorry to disagree with you, but modern and digital art have no less value than that of old works.
That's different. Both are well made, but you should never put them into the same category. Art should have a personal vision on life, and a video game is scripted by people hired to do their part.
I admit it's a scripted job, but don't you see that a video game is a group of many artists making one colossal masterpiece?
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much for having done that, and especially for having reviewed expressions that we can use when we are participating in debates. All right. Thank you so very much for your hard work, and I hope to see you in a future video. Bye for now.